connecting here. We should be live. What's going on, D-Bags? Hope you guys are doing well. We're back here again with another episode of the Detox Podcast, episode 348 to be exact. If you're new here, enjoy music, podcasts, comedy, or hooping videos, do consider subscribing. We've got a whole bunch of that stuff going on around here. When you do subscribe, leave a like or hang out with us in the live chat like you're going to do today. Helps us share conversations and laughs like these with more people, so do consider doing that. Now, before I can introduce you guys to my guest this week, I got to talk to you guys a little bit about vacations. It's that time of the year. All right, it's starting to warm up just a little bit. It's supposed to be beautiful this upcoming weekend, and there's no better place to spend it than with today's video sponsor, Alpine House 2 up in the UP. Alpine House 2 is a classic Swiss chalet duplex with an A-frame log cabin interior located directly across from the Ski Brule Ski Resort in Iron River, Michigan. They're still making snow up there, so you can still get a couple of skis in before the season's over. They're surrounded by forests, lakes, rivers, Iron River specifically, making Alpine House 2 the destination for fishing, hunting, hiking, snowmobiling, of course, skiing and tubing and stuff like that. They've been pretty consistently booked up over on Airbnb and Vrbo, but if you reach out to them over on their Instagram at Alpine House 2, and tell them that Darren, Rita, Detox sent you the worst, they will set you guys up with a vacation. That's at ALPINEHAUS number 2 on Instagram to stay up to date with renovations, bookings, and more. Shout out to Alpine House 2 for sponsoring another episode of the show. I mentioned this is the 348th episode, so we've been doing this a while. We've had plenty of mishaps along the way, and had I had our second video sponsor in my back pocket a little bit sooner, we would have had many less missteps along this path to get to 348. That would be Impulse Cameras over in Oak Creek, Wisconsin's Drexel Square. They have everything you could possibly need for creative projects, literally, whether it's cameras, lights, microphones, gimbals, or even just a place to record your own content. They've got all of it. They don't just have great gear, though. They've also got a super hardworking and talented staff that's like worked in the field. They've been photographers, they've been videographers, they've been drone pilots, and they can help you get the gear that you need at prices that actually fit your budget. If you're still not convinced, they also offer super legit rental programs that allow you to get your hands on some amazing gear before you decide to buy it. Plus, they have monthly memberships, so you can get discounts on gear as well as access to an exclusive Discord and more. So check out at impulse.mke on Instagram or impulsecameras.com to see everything that they've got going on there. That's impulsecameras.com or at impulse.mke on Instagram. Shout out to them for sponsoring another episode of the show. Now, with all the church announcements out of the way, I'm excited to be kicking it with my guest this week. We got to give a wet detox welcome to Hannah from DJ Girl Next Door. She's here.
Thank you for having me.
You're here. You're in the building. You made it. You're not on Brady Street today, so maybe people don't recognize you.
I know. Yeah.
Brady's
that's
your home.
That's usually where you would see me.
That's your home away from home. You have a somewhat viral video where you can't find your husband on Brady. Does that still hold up?
Yeah, no.
You think so?
We have not made a positive update on that whatsoever.
No? Okay.
Yet.
You haven't met any potential suitors on Brady Street yet?
No. They come a dime a dozen.
Okay.
If you've never
Yeah.
been
I've
on
spent
Brady
a little
Street.
bit of time on Brady, not a ton. I mean, it's been years now since I've like really spent a lot of time. Every once in a while I'll still pop out over there, but yeah, I could see there not being a lot of super great men over that way.
Great is a very subjective word, but I would have to agree with you on that. Yeah.
Okay, so I mentioned DJ Girl Next Door. You're a DJ.
I am.
You're living in Milwaukee for a bit. You know the night scene better than I do. What's there to do on a Monday night? If people aren't watching this podcast, where would they be on a Monday night?
The Sophie.
The Sophie.
That's probably like the Monday spot right now. A lot of industry workers go out there. So, I mean, think about how many bars and clubs there are in Milwaukee. Yeah. Monday, Tuesday is their weekend.
Yeah.
So, Sophie is definitely one of them. Where else? Tiki. Now that it's starting to get warm out, I see more and more people at Tiki Bar at the public market.
Yeah, dude, Tiki's one of those places that, like, it doesn't matter the time of year. It doesn't matter the day of the week. That place is fucking busy.
Packed like sardines.
It's never not busy in there. It's just insane. It's crazy. And now they got the new the new heated stuff for the winter. They winterized it for this year. It is blown my mind a little bit. So you've been DJing. We were talking a little bit off air. You've been DJing for around a year.
Yeah.
A little over a year. When you're first getting into DJing, I know you had told me a little bit about the board you started out with. What was like the push originally to start DJing, and then like what did that look like tangibly? Like what did you go get? What was the sets you were doing? Like what were you doing?
Yeah, so I'm a very impulsive person, so I think back in the spring of 2024, I had seen people start to DJ. It's very like much a trend right now.
Yeah.
Is everyone's a DJ.
Yeah.
And I like it and I hate it, but that's for a different time. I'm seeing people get cheap equipment off of Amazon. So I downloaded my software first, and then I was just kind of messing around with it on there because I didn't want to commit to anything. And then I was like, damn, you really can't do anything without actual like hardware. So later that summer, I purchased a Pioneer FLX4, which is like probably the cheapest, most basic controller you can get. It's like a USB-C to USB-C cord that you plug into your laptop. So
Whoa.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't even have its own power supply, so it's powered through your laptop.
It's passive. Wow. Okay,
Yes,
that's insane.
like you can fit it in a backpack for sure.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick for starting out.
Exactly. And fundamentally, it teaches you everything you need to know, except I would argue that it makes it more difficult to move to a larger controller that you would need to play at bars, clubs, venues, stuff like that.
Okay. Why is that?
Because it doesn't have the right inputs and outputs for like the big sound
Like
systems.
hookups and everything? Like literal hookups? Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's great for if you want to just be a bedroom DJ and do it as a hobby, which originally is why I bought it.
Yeah.
And then inevitably you have to upgrade to something bigger.
So what happened? So you went for how soon from you like getting a board and getting your hands on it to you like DJing in front of people?
2 weeks or less.
Really?
Yes.
What? Okay. How are you even made available? So you just got the board and then people were like, oh, she's on the free agent market. We got to sign this chick. We're going to get her in the club.
So my roommate and I had purchased that board. I was the one that was like, hey, I bought this. And she was like, okay, we're doing this. And I was like, okay. So we have a close friend. Her brother was a DJ at the time.
Oh, okay.
And he was teaching us various things. And then finally he was like, I need someone to open for me. Can you guys do it? And we're like, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. And that was, I think, 9 days after like our controller had reached our apartment.
Until you unboxed
like
it.
I literally unboxed it. Yes. I'm like, okay, I don't know what any of this means. Like color, what is that?
Yeah.
No clue. So
Whoa. What's the first thing? Okay, you said he taught you a couple of things. What's the first thing you learn as an aspiring DJ? What's the first thing you learn how to do?
he taught me the most basic transition. It's like when you're mixing into two songs, we're going to call it like A and B.
Mm-hmm.
So you turn the bass down on B.
Mm-hmm.
So A is playing through. You turn the bass down on B, and then you like turn the volume up on B.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like lined up.
Yeah.
And then you turn the bass down on A, and then you filter out song A. So then basically there's like no sound left.
Yeah.
So it's
and then
like
you're
a
just
really,
left with B.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Okay. So that's the simplest. Like this is how you learn how to just go from A to B.
Yeah,
literally.
and I still do it whenever I'm like blending and there's nothing more complicated that I want to do. It's fundamentally a good transition.
That's how you DJ basically.
Right, yeah. It's like the easiest thing you can do.
So you
he's
took
like,
that
okay.
and then you took that to a show.
Right.
Where was the show? Where was his first show at?
It was at State Street Brats in Madison.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
On a game day, mind you.
That's scary. For a first show?
Yep. I was shaking in my boots the
Yeah.
whole time for sure.
What
Yes.
how do you like what's like your at that point probably prep was like whatever the fuck we have, but like what are you like if you're getting ready to go DJ a set, is it like I gotta be dripped out, I gotta be like what is your mindset going into it aside from the actual DJing itself? Like,
Oh,
what
for
did you need
sure.
to do?
I think we were like, this is our first ever DJ set. Like, we have to look good, so we put on like jean mini skirts and like
Fuck
some
yeah.
cute going out top, like full face of makeup, hair done, stuff like that, just to like completely shit the bed.
Yeah.
Which is, it wasn't like a train wreck. It just was not good. I don't even remember it because I was just so nervous and in my head the whole time. But there's no possible way.
Are you like emceeing too? Do you have to MC during a set like that, or like be like, yo, I'm fucking DJ Girl Next Door, or it's like no, like I'm just literally there to just like spin records.
It's
and, like,
very
nobody...
much optional,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's good when it's done tastefully.
Yeah.
But what you see a lot is the DJs start to have a couple drinks and then you're picking up the mic every other verse.
They
and
start
people
thinking they're the people that made the songs, and then they're like, yo, I'm Drake.
there's
actually.
that, or it's like, you know what? Everyone wants to hear me. Actually, everyone wants you here to play the song.
Yeah.
That's all they want.
Okay, yeah. Wow. Have you ever had a misstep with like a speech, or have you witnessed like a DJ really like go off the rails a little bit while they were tipsy?
Off the rail. I wouldn't say off the rails. It's just that is the indicator to know when like a DJ is drunk, especially like when you get to know them on a personal level and like see them enough. It's like, okay, that person is never on the mic and now he's like, what's up, Sophie? How are we doing? No, you have been moderately overserved.
Yep. We're on one right now. That's crazy. And you mentioned in there earlier too that like it's a little trendy to be a DJ right now. Like everybody kind of is a DJ.
Right.
Why is that, you think? Why does everybody want to be a DJ?
I mean, there is like some glamour behind it, and I think it's kind of in essence the same as girls wanting to like date or get with DJs in a way. It's very cool. I mean, it's something that not a lot of us are doing as much or anymore, is going to the club and seeing a main stage artist. And I think that's what a lot of people have in their mind as an end goal. Yeah. So they kind of see like the glamour and the fame and the popularity of that.
Do you think it's like I've had like a theory, this is like literally just a hunch, that I feel like people think it's a lot easier than maybe it is, or maybe it is simple to get into, that people go, yeah, I'd love to be like a big artist and everybody come to my show, but I don't have the confidence to maybe do that. I don't want it to be like I don't want to be seen on that level. So let me do this like stepping stone of, I think I could be a DJ. And then they get in front of that and then they have to actually curate a vibe and they're like, actually, wait, this maybe isn't as easy as I thought it was.
Yeah, I would say a small percentage of people make it, if that's their pipeline, make it past the bedroom and then finally are like, okay, I'm going to go out and do this.
Yeah.
Or if anything, they take the medium step of, okay, now I'm doing frats, now I'm doing house parties, and now I'm going to go to a bar. Yeah. You know?
Wow, yeah. Have you ever done like you haven't done like a sorority or a frat house, have you?
I have. One of my first gigs, a couple weeks after that Madison one, was I DJ'd my sorority's midday.
Whoa,
which was super
that
cool.
probably had to be crazy. Did you feel
yeah.
better in that one? Like probably more comfortable in the environment and
yeah, 1,000%.
Wow. What goes into like, okay, if different, I imagine different places, you have to have a different mindset going in for what you're preparing on the set. What, like, can you take me into like maybe stereotypically, like if I'm playing a show at this kind of place, what am I bringing versus this kind of place?
Honestly, yeah. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But like I use Serato, and in there it's kind of like making a playlist called a crate, and then that's how you organize all your songs. So I have a hip hop crate, and I have a house music crate, and I have like a top 40 crate, or like throwbacks, like 90s, 2000s, stuff like that, and they're all organized like that. But if it's for a specific event where I know that I'm going to have like set songs, or like I curate the vibe ahead of time, I'll pull from each of those and put it into its own crate. So that would probably be the most preparation, like specific for
when you're
event.
Like, yeah, if you're like, I really have a good idea of what I want to do for this one, then it would be like that. Otherwise, you're probably, I imagine, maybe on the fly, like gauging what people are feeling. And
that's the name of it. And I think that's what makes it so difficult for people, is you can be a great DJ. You can transition like flawlessly through every single song. If you can't look at the room and tell what's hitting or what they want to hear or how to like amp up the energy,
it doesn't matter how technically good you are at your transitions or whatever. It's like, dude, if nobody's dancing,
can't get creative with it, or like just see what's gonna hit, then
So you said, okay, so you're using Serato, we're setting stuff up. Is it like setup wise, are you just like a laptop and a board, or is it like everything in the board already? Like, how does that work?
So it depends on the controller that you have. For mine specifically, I plug in my controller to the power and then plug in the controller to my laptop.
Gotcha.
And then sometimes I'll throw in a hard drive.
Yeah. Have you ever had like a laptop shit on you?
Yeah, this past weekend actually.
What? What happened?
First corporate event. I'm getting a fat check for this, okay? I've never done a private event before, so I got my equipment rental, like 2 huge speakers and the whole 9. And there's 2 other things, like huge marquee letters and like stage lighting plugged into this like 4 outlet.
Okay.
And then mine power cords, or like surge protectors, are plugged into the other 2. So I'm now running 2 huge speakers. Like there's just way too much like going on in this one outlet. Yeah. Tripped a circuit, and then my power cord to my controller wasn't plugged all the way in. And the thing is that that cord in between the controller and my computer does all the communicating. So then if the board doesn't have sufficient power, then the communication to the laptop isn't the greatest.
Whoa.
So
what does that translate as then? Like, you're like...
So my laptop froze up, music stops. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I'm like frantically unplugging everything. Like, thankfully I've had like enough like explosions that I know what to do in this situation. You're gonna regardless like freak out every single time, no matter how many times it happens. You are like, oh my god, here we go again. But walk myself through it. Okay, let's unplug everything, restarted my laptop, turned off my board, turned it back on, plugged it back in, made sure the power was in tight.
You're basically going step by step, like, is it this thing, is it this piece, is it this piece, is it this piece, until you find it's a trip.
Or just correcting everything, like, this is right, I'm gonna do it again.
Whoa, yeah, that's stressful.
Yeah.
Did anybody say anything to you, or was it just
literally
was it okay?
No one was looking at me. It was the like biggest trip ever, because music just cut. It was at the Pfister.
Oh wow.
In the ballroom, no music all of a sudden, and no one's looking at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
did they even notice?
Nobody gives a shit?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm freaking out.
Yeah,
like, I love that no one actually cares, but I'm just now also confused as to why you're reacting this way. I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, it worked out for you, though.
Exactly, and I was back up in, like, less than 2 minutes. So, ultimately, it was not the biggest deal, but...
And are you rolling right now, like, just you? Like, you pull up to the event, it's just you. You don't have, like, do you have, like, a homie to, like, film you or anybody, like, help you, or is it just you?
It depends. Usually events and venues will have photographers, videographers come in. There's bars, clubs, stuff like that have resident photographers, content people. So I'll get content from them, just kind of, like, in contract with wherever I'm working.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just hiring and paying out other people that are doing it freelance. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of fun. That's neat. Have you ever? So you've got to be, as a DJ, then you're kind of touching a lot of different industries, because you've got like the freelance like creators on their own.
Right.
Then you've got like the bar and restaurant folk. That's like. Get into a little bit like on the business side of it. Like, you've been able to, like, you're getting booked regularly.
Right.
What is that process of like kind of climbing and establishing yourself? What does that look like?
Yeah. What a lot of people don't realize whenever they decide, like, okay, now I'm going to be a DJ, like with this trend, with this fad that's going on, you are not only a DJ, you are a promoter, you are a salesperson, you are crunching numbers, you are doing your own books, like, as well as like considering the bars and stuff like that.
Because I mean, it needs to be financially profitable for the bar to like have you there, right? Like, they're not going to keep paying you out if it's like, well, anytime Hannah's here, nobody fucking dances, nobody's buying drinks, nobody's coming in. They're not going to keep booking you.
Exactly.
You know, or vice versa. If you are doing those things, then they are going to have you.
Right.
It's like, how do you get better at that?
Well, I would first say that is more important when it comes to like residencies, you know. So you're gonna be there every Saturday of the month at Darren's bar, and then we're having this party, like, it's getting off to a start. It takes forever to build, which is just kind of a given, but you have to come in with a plan with the owners, the managers, the bar staff of, okay, what deals can we bring to the table? Okay, what are we doing? A theme, like, what's the vibe here? Like, is this a specific night that this bar is usually, you don't know what you're getting into, but on this Saturday nights, are we doing a specific type of music? And figuring out how to help the bar while simultaneously, like, helping yourself and branding yourself and helping, like, a residency should be there to be beneficial to you and grow you, if that makes sense.
It should, right? Like, it should be, like, mutually beneficial in the sense of, like, people, the bar or the club is giving you the residency is a good opportunity for you, but it's also an opportunity for them, because it's like, it's consistency for them, brand consistency. Over the next year, we know everybody knows Hannah's going to be here this night. So everybody can start to kind of build that trust in you, especially as you grow as a DJ, that it's like, that makes sense to me, that it would be beneficial for them. And then for you, it's also like having like guaranteed pay and reps, like being able to, I'm for sure going to get these reps in every week.
Exactly, yeah. So it's that consistent income, but also, like, where I'm at right now, like, if I'm going to get a residency, it's to establish my sound just a little bit more, you know.
yeah.
And this is going to be something that I want to do. Like, I'm going to play the music that I want to do, compared to just like, oh, I'm going to go do this hip hop night at this bar, even though like I don't want to be a hip hop DJ.
Yeah.
Like, just as an example.
Yeah. Is there like, we talked a little bit before we went live about this. Is there like specific requirements a certain bars will give you where they'll be like, we want this kind of music, or we don't want this kind of music?
1,000%. And I saw that a lot when I first got started. Is I was being brought into bars because they're like, oh, we want to have a girls' night, and I'm like, okay, I can do that for you. And then obviously it's kind of like, okay, you know what they're gonna want. It's gonna be Rihanna. It's gonna be those 2000s, like
some of the boy bands,
like, yeah, the boy bands, but also like the girl pop stars, stuff like that. Female rappers.
Yeah.
Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Never gets old.
Yeah. Does anybody, so like they'll kind of come into you with like an agenda of like, I'm sure they probably have like a promoter. Are you dealing with like a lot of promoters too? Like,
not as much anymore. Promoters kind of died out whenever clubs kind of died out, like quarantine era.
Yeah. Do we feel bad for them? I kind of don't know. Like, everybody talks about promoters kind of negatively. I don't know if you know any promoters, so I don't mean to shit on them.
I do know a lot of promoters, and it's very just experience based.
Yeah. Because I've just heard that they kind of suck as people. Maybe they don't, but I heard that some of them suck as people.
Well, let's look at their job at face value.
Yeah.
It's, how can I make you feel special, and how can I get you to spend money and be at this place?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just getting paid based on how many people I can bring in, or how many sections I can get sold.
Yeah.
So like, oh, you know, I'm going to hook you up with this, and then it's not the experience that you were promised.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's a little slimy. Like, almost like they're like the car salesman of nightlife.
That's what they're salespeople. I mean, when you just look at it like that, it's reap the benefits that they're offering to you. I love promoters. They take work off of me. They get the club packed, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're important. They play a very important role in nightlife. But
Gotcha.
as a consumer, I can definitely understand frustrating
Yeah.
experiences.
I
and
just
how
only know
you've been gypped at times.
Yeah,
for sure.
I only just know too, like from like an artist perspective, and then I also know like from friends of mine, especially like women that have dealt with promoter guys kind of being like a little sleazy. It's like a stereotype that they're like, oh, I'll get you in here, and then they're kind of a little creepy afterwards. And so,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of every industry, but as sad as that is, but
Yeah.
promoters, you hear it a ton, I feel like.
And that's exactly it. I would say I experienced that a lot in Vegas. It's like, it is sleazy at the end of the day.
Really?
Yeah. Can I get these? You're kind of, as a woman, leveraged for their sales, because you're not going to buy anything, but the fact that you're there is going to increase their sales.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get in with a promoter because you don't want to pay cover at the door.
Yeah.
You don't want to stand in line with your heels on.
Yeah.
You're going to get put in this section with 20 other girls and one bottle of their cheapest vodka at this club.
Yeah.
And then there will be rich people in different sections, typically men,
Yeah.
that then see you and are like, oh, hey, we want to party with them.
Yeah.
And then the promoter asks you like, hey, they would love to have you in their section. Do you want to go over there? And it's set up perfectly, because that bottle of vodka is now gone because you're splitting it with 20 people.
Yeah,
if you want to keep on drinking for free, you're going to go party with those guys over there.
Yeah. And
but
they're
then
spending the money.
Right. And you are an attractive young woman, and they're a 50-year-old rich guy that's probably away from their family, or is just super weird and does not have a wife or a girlfriend or anything of the sorts. And you say, hey, I want a bucket of Red Bulls and a bottle of tequila, and then we'll stay and party and dance.
He makes
Let's
it
do
happen.
it. Exactly.
Whoa. That's a crazy life. That's a crazy
I know.
life. And you have experience in that?
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah? Oh,
shit. That's the name of the game.
It's just like, I've not spent much time in nightclubs or in general, but it's just like blows my mind that is a business model. And it works time and time again. It's like, let's let the hot chicks in for free, and we know that the guys are going to spend money chasing them around.
That's 1,000% what it is, which is important as a DJ, or just like working in nightlife, music, entertainment, food and beverage, anything. Is once you get the girls there, the guys will follow every single time.
Yeah, literally. I mean, is it interesting? So we had DJ Mondo on a couple weeks back, and we were talking a little bit about like there is this thing with like girls kind of being like really into DJs. Like there's like the groupies and stuff that would like come to the shows and like kind of pester them a little bit. Is it like that as a woman DJ? Is there like creepy guys or groupie guys?
That's been a recent thing, but yes,
Hell
which I would
yeah.
have never expected.
You got groupies now?
Yes.
Fuck yes, dude.
Thank you.
That's fucking sick, dude.
I know. It's like showing up somewhere because usually they won't like text you or ask for benefits either, which is like so weird. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. And they just show up and support you, and then you're like, whoa, you're the person that I saw a couple weeks ago.
Whoa,
And it's just like jump scare, but
Yeah.
like in a good way.
That's exciting. Getting some
Uh-huh.
you haven't had anybody be like creepy to you or weird,
Oh,
have
no,
you?
I have.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the worst?
One time I was at the Pfizer and I just got done with something they were doing in Deer District.
Okay.
And I was walking away from the stage. And there was this guy that I hear like, oh, girl next door. So I turn around and he was like, oh, hey, I just wanted to introduce myself. Like, I follow you. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, it's super normal.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I'm new to the area. I was just interested if you ever want to go on a date sometime. And I was like, oh, sorry. Like, I pulled the typical, like, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I really think you should reconsider. Like, I just really, like, I know that I could treat you so well. And you're just like, I'm infatuated with you. And I'm standing there alone. And I'm like, ah.
Whoa.
And
yeah,
this guy's
yeah.
really pushy. Like, no, I don't think you understand
Yeah.
what you're saying no to right now. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I just
Yeah.
really can't do it. I was like, just trying to get out of this situation as fast as possible. It was really fucking weird.
Yeah.
And, I was like, you know what? Let me follow you back on Instagram. If an opportunity comes up that, you know, I'm not with this boyfriend anymore,
yeah.
I'll hit you up. And he says his username, and like my heart drops to my stomach because this username, like as soon as I hear it, I'm like, oh my God, you're this weirdo fucking guy that's in my DMs all the time.
Oh, you recognized it.
That username immediately, and I made the connection of like, oh, you're creepy now, and you've been creepy to me for the past like several weeks, months, however long.
Whoa,
and you
dude.
found me in person.
Yeah, dude, it is dangerous as a chick
He
out
left
here.
his job up at
You can't.
yeah.
You can
at the
say.
Pfizer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, yeah, I was working an event up there. I was like, you left your job? And he was like, yeah, like I knew you were down here. Like, you know, I just wanted to run down and say hi. I was like, what the fuck?
Whoa,
like,
dude. Yo.
You're on the clock right now.
It's
stalking
also,
me.
Yeah, it's also like a little insane if someone's like, I'm in a relationship, to be like, no, you don't understand. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
What we have right
I don't know
here,
what he's got going on, but no.
I've got better.
Mm-hmm.
What, dude? What is the, yeah, where,
Yeah.
And then too, like, you're just trying to get out of it. But like, if somebody was like to me, like, oh, when me and my partner break up, then I'll hit you up. Like, I wouldn't want to be with that person if they were like, yeah, I'll keep you in mind as a backup. Like,
Right,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, if I was like, someone said it to me, I'd be like, actually, no, this person, I don't value their character anymore.
Exactly.
Like, no. But if
like,
he's
clearly
that
I'm
creepy,
not that important.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was like awesome. I was like,
yeah,
what
he
the
was like,
hell?
shit, dude, I'll be waiting. Oh, he's still waiting.
Exactly.
That's amazing. That's so, yeah, that's so bizarre. I think too, the thing with DJ specifically is like, I almost think more so than artists, you guys are like super approachable seeming. I think it's like there's I think there's like a level of like for lack of a better term, like everymanness to like DJing, where like everybody thinks they can, and so like everybody
Yeah.
like they see like you're just like this relatable chick on stage, and so like obviously there's the creepy guys, but then everybody I think just thinks like I can just go up and talk to this person. There's a guy DJ, girl DJ, whatever. They're just like I can go up and talk to them. They're just doing little things on the little computer or whatever. They're not doing anything. I can go talk to them.
Exactly. And like I'm not old either. Like I'm literally like this young blonde girl in the booth, and they're like, I look like everyone else in the bar.
Sure,
you
yeah.
know?
Do they ever? Has anyone ever like? Do they ever fuck with you like while you're actually trying to do your job? Do people ever like get in your face or like? They're
Fuck
like,
with me, no. I just think it's more like a drunk, oblivious thing. It's like, okay, I'm gonna have a like 5-minute conversation with you right now. Probably not the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a bad time if you're gonna try to hit on me right now. Like I don't
Exactly.
need this. Yeah, interesting. So, what are your pet peeves when you see, as we've been kind of talking about a little bit, that DJing is becoming this trend, or still, I think we're like in the middle of it being a trend. What are your pet peeves that you see that other DJs do if you're at a bar or a club?
Pet peeves at a bar or a club.
Like, what are the things that you see other DJs doing that you're like,
I did just make a TikTok about this. There's like just a couple songs that like it really like grinds my gears when like someone plays them at the bar. I'm
I
just
think
like
I saw this. Yeah.
there's songs that I don't have downloaded on my laptop for a reason. Okay, if someone requests it for some odd reason, okay, first you're gonna give me $50. Second of all, I'll figure it out after I have that money in my pocket.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. I just have a really big problem with that "We Getting Fucked Tonight" song by Gunna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? What's your problem with it?
Okay, imagine you're at a bar and everyone is now pretty hammered and it's time to go home. So like you probably like you had the chance to avoid like being asked to go home with someone all night, but now you are trapped and everyone's moving in the same direction and someone's just staring you down singing the lyrics and you're just trying not to make eye contact as much as possible. Like, nope, I don't even want to interact with that.
That's
I don't
intense.
want you to go up with me. Yeah.
Dude just making full on eye contact singing Gunna.
Yeah, exactly.
You getting fucked tonight?
I'm
God.
like, no,
Yeah,
no,
dude,
nobody's
no.
getting fucked tonight.
No,
No,
yeah, not you, sir. Jesus Christ. It's a different life that you guys live.
Uh-huh. You see people like at their wildest.
Yeah, I mean, what time are you going to bed on a night after a gig? A Saturday.
3:30, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, like,
and that's if I don't like party with friends afterwards.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow, dude. Yeah. It's crazy. Luckily, like, I've been bartending for a while, but I've never been at like really late bars. I'm always at like midnight or like 11 p.m. bars. Like, I just, yeah. But I just like to like, make some money. And then I go home and I still go to sleep at like midnight or 1. Like, it's not terrible. I would hate to like be done at 2:30 and then start cleaning up and then get home. Fuck.
Because I've done both. I've DJ'd it and I've like bartended it. And oh my God, just doing that side work at the end of the night when it's like, I am like fighting my eyes right now to stay awake.
And you're delusional. And like you said, I feel like you do see people at their craziest, especially later in the evening, and especially I don't know what kind of places
or
you're bartending
on those
at.
holidays, like bar crawl days, when people are drinking all day, or Summerfest, or 4th of July, any of that.
Yeah, especially in the summer, dude. Like they're drinking, they're not drinking any water. It's hot out. They're in the sun, in and out of the sun, dude. You see insane shit.
Yeah, you don't even realize you didn't eat dinner because you're so full on whatever you've drank for the past 10 hours. Yeah,
that's dangerous. Well, how long did you bartend at like rowdier places then, or where were you bartending?
I bartended at a couple places in Kenosha, but I used to celebrity bartend at Room 7.
Oh, really? Okay, that's intense. What was celebrity bartending entail? You just like pop in every once in a while? And
my roommate is the manager, and she was short staffed one day. I was so hungover. She gets into my car. We were going to pick up couches. This is a nightmare situation. Like, I'm so ungodly hungover. I'm like, okay, I have to go pick up these eBay couches right now.
Hell yeah.
With me and my 95-pound roommate. And she's like, hey, I'm short-staffed tonight. I need you to bartend. I'm like, good morning. Yeah, hi. Okay, we're going to do this. And then I was just kind of booked here and there whenever I wasn't DJing. It's like, hey, can you work this weekend?
Okay, that's fair.
Type of thing.
It's interesting depending on the place you're at. Like the types of crowds you'll get is very different, and I feel like too if you're at these like later night spots where people are still rolling hard into like the 2 a.m., 2:30 all the way up to bar close, like it just gets rough. And I don't know, at least in my experience, like the tips don't get much better past a certain time in the evening unless it's like some idiot guy who's just trying to like prove something. That like I've had a couple guys that, like they'll come in, they're trying to impress a chick, they're staying there late. I'm from LA, I don't care, we can spend whatever, give us a couple of shots of this, a couple of shots of that, whatever. And I'm like, shit, I don't care. Right. And I've had it happen where like they're so shit faced and they get done and he's signing, he's like, what do I gotta do here, bro? What do I gotta do here? And he's looking at the receipt. I'm like, hey, there's a box right here and that's a 25% box. I'm like, you're just gonna check that and you're gonna write your name right here. And he's like, all right, bro, bet. I'm like, that's money.
Yeah.
That's money, dude.
We're going to do that.
That's what you got. I mean, dude, if I got to put up with that shit, then I feel like I deserve that.
1,000%.
That's at the end of the day.
Don't ask me what you think you should tip.
Yeah. In my opinion, that's what I think you should do.
I'll tell you, but you won't like it.
Yeah. So what's in your experience bartending, what's some of the best and worst you've seen in people?
The best and
any good stories, bad stories?
I think probably among the lines of your story just now, I was doing bottle service one night. Okay. And there was this guy that was like, well, how much do you think your service was? And I was like, oh, well, I think like my service was 100%. Hello.
Yeah.
And this was a bottle and like several Red Bulls and like everything. This is club prices. Like this is marked up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It was like, okay, 100% tip then. That's like $300.
Yeah.
A $300 tip I just made.
God, could you imagine if you would have fucking said something less? Thank God you said
like,
100.
Oh, you know, like I just only did that. Like you just have to tip like 20%. No.
Whoa, dude.
Mm-hmm. You never. Yeah.
What
you
is,
miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
yeah. What's bottle service like? Did you do that long or?
No, that was like a
one-off.
Yeah, handful of times.
Yeah. Okay, I need to know what goes into like if you're coming in for a shift to do bottle service.
Mm-hmm.
What is the training on bottle service? What is it you do? Is it literally just as simple as like, I'm a hot chick, I show up, I have a hot outfit on, I walk over to the guys and ask them if they want bottles?
Yeah, it's less of like training and interview. It's more of like audition. Like that's the thing is I never applied for a bottle girl position. I just worked at a bar with bottle service. So then like there was no one to do bottle service. So
oh wow,
they asked
just
if I
like, yo,
wanted
do you want to do it?
like, well, yeah, why not?
And then is that it? Is that your job? Is it just literally like you're just trying to find guys in sections and be like, hey, do you guys want a bottle?
Yeah, so it's kind of different now because promoters have died out and it's so hard to get people to buy bottles in sections.
Mm-hmm.
So you also delve into that kind of promoter salesperson role a little bit, but any people that come directly to you, you kind of just like forward to management and make sure that you have sections reserved and stuff like that. So knowing what you have going on that night, but then aside from that, like the training is pretty simple. Like you're gonna put this outfit on and you're gonna take this bottle out and you're gonna like this for a little bit.
Really? That seems like a pretty good gig.
It is a pretty good gig. I mean, it has side work, and that's the thing is that if you don't have any sections, which isn't always your fault, it's people just paid rent or it's slow season. Like it's the middle of January. Nobody's going out right now, let alone buying sections.
Yeah.
So you have nights where you're making $30, maybe.
Yeah. What's the side work look like for bottle service?
You got to set up the sections, so make sure that the couches, the tables are wiped down. There's all the cups, straws, napkins, shot glasses, stuff like that.
Yeah. That's it?
pretty much it. Yeah.
Dude. Fuck you guys, dude. That sounds
I
awesome.
know.
That sounds awesome.
There's like such a kind of negative connotation around it, and it's like people are like, oh, that's almost stripping. Well, not really, first of all.
Yeah, not really. It's like, it's almost like...
It is what you want to make out of it.
I would argue it's like serving with like a little bit of like, not like hosting and like how you hosted a restaurant, but like hosting a party kind of.
Exactly.
Like you're just like, oh, I got to make these people feel good and I'm going to take their orders and go get the stuff for them.
Like you bring it out, you pour them shots, you make sure that they're taken care of all night, that they don't want anything else. Like, yeah, you very much are like a hostess in that sense.
Yeah. Like you're kind of just, you're just making sure they're chill. You're serving them. You're serving them. You just get to bring out bottles and you get to kind of hang out with them also, I imagine.
Kind of.
Is that part of it? Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Like some nights you are hustling. Like if you're sold out and you have a million different sections and then people decide, hey, we want to get another bottle, and you're just running back and forth and back and forth. Or sometimes they want something from the bar, so you have to go ring it in, have a bartender pour it, wait. If it's busy, you're standing there waiting, and you know, and then bringing it out to them.
How does it work in club culture if they're like, we want you to come hang out with us? Does that happen?
If I don't have anything else to do, I'm like, yeah. It's usually, each place is a little bit different. Obviously, like what I was allowed to do the handful of times is very different than like what someone else might be able to do.
Sure.
It's more so you see a lot of more rules on like employees drinking. You know,
they don't want you to.
Sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or there's some places that's the norm, is that by the end of the night everyone's hammered.
Yeah. That always sucks, closing up when everybody's shit-faced.
That's what I think too. And it's like, okay, at the end of the night, if I'm drunk, it's like I look at my stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't want to break down my equipment right now and like wrap up all my cords nice. I'm like shoving everything to my backpack. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, it takes so much longer. Like I've worked with guys that were like bartending that just would get like super sloshed, and by the end of the night, like they were always like happy drunk, so they were always like saying real nice shit to me. We're like talking about life, and like they're just like, Darren, man, you're such a good dude. You're gonna be this, you're gonna be whatever. But I'm like, that's amazing, brother. Can you mop? Because like or can you give me the mop? Because they'll be like holding it.
exactly.
And I'm like, can you actually give me that? Or they're counting like the tips, and I'm like, actually, can I do that? Because you've been looking at the same dollar bill for like 20 minutes.
That stack of 100 is actually like 85.
Yeah, and it's just like just sitting there like, dude, like Darren, I love you, bro. Like I know you're gonna be something someday. And I'm like, dude, you've just been counting the same $20 over and over again, like back and forth.
How long do you want to be here?
Yeah, I'm like, I just want to go home. I just want to get the fuck out of here. We talked a little bit before we went live about we were talking DJing in Milwaukee. I know that there's been like Milwaukee in general. I feel like we were joking about this off here that like the algorithm is really hitting. Like anybody that's like, I'm in Milwaukee, I'm out here, I see it, you see it. If they're in Milwaukee or they're in a suburb, like you see Milwaukee shit. I saw this video a couple months ago, and it was like, or maybe a month and some change ago. It was like pretty shortly after like we had locked this in that we were gonna do this, of a Milwaukee DJ that I'm not super familiar with talking about Milwaukee DJing and nightlife stuff. And I wanted to get your reaction to it. You said, I think you know this person.
Yeah.
Or you know of this person. Okay, I have it pulled up. If you can click, it's the second video. Yeah, that one right there. And then if you want to switch you're going to have to turn the sound way down so it's not crazy loud for them. And then you're going to have to switch the sound so that we can hear it. Because I'm interested in this, in your opinion on this, as somebody who is a DJ, because I saw this.
Yeah, I got to refresh my mind.
Yeah, I saw this a while back. I want to just switch the sound to come out of the computer. Yeah, the X one there. Okay, and then unmute him.
For complaining about prices.
You can turn our sound up, actually, and then just turn his sound down a little bit. I don't know where their sound will be at the top, I think. It's so frustrating. TikTok is not made to be on a computer. Yeah, turn him down to the left, Yeah, like middle there. Perfect. And then turn our sound up. Yeah, dude, it's like the same thing with like Instagram. Anything you pull up on the computer, which I hate that I even have to do sometimes, but it's just awful. Okay, let's see here what we got. So this is, for context, this is DJ who?
Rucker Krieger
is okay. That's he looks like a DJ with love and peace and love. This man looks like a DJ. Yes. I can see it. I can see the DJ in him. All right, let's hear what he has to say.
I think it's time that we have a talk. I cannot log on to any of these video apps without the next local Milwaukee kid trying to go viral for complaining about Milwaukee nightlife, for complaining about Milwaukee music and bars and clubs, for complaining about prices. This place used to be my favorite.
Okay,
now it sucks. There's nowhere to go out in Milwaukee.
So he's saying, right now, or how do we feel? He's saying that. Do you see that a lot? A lot of people complaining about Milwaukee nightlife.
Yeah.
Is that pretty common to do? I feel like I saw at least like a year ago, I was seeing a ton of people always, anytime they were talking Milwaukee, it was negative. And I do feel like it's flipped a little bit. At least that could be my algorithm though, where it's like only people that are positive. But that's a big thing you guys hear and see is like people complaining.
That's what I see a lot, and I will say is on content of mine that has done well, like in the comments I see a lot of complaining about, oh, I don't like this bar, I don't like that bar. I think it's more so people just like sharing their opinions and also like growing out of it, because it's like, okay, you can say that you don't like going to Brothers and you don't like being in this college crowd. You're telling me you weren't in that college crowd at one time and like that wasn't like the spot to be for you ever.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's more so people growing out of what's popping in Milwaukee but staying in Milwaukee. You know?
Yeah. I can see that. I think that's like a common, it's almost like an older sibling thing, you know, like then the younger siblings doing the exact same thing that they were doing.
Or like an upperclassman thing, like, oh, you guys are going to Brothers, like,
like that was so like 2 years ago. It's like, yeah, well, you were doing it 2 years ago though. So like the people that
Brothers
are that age.
was fun in 2022. Yeah, well, you grew up 4 years. Like, you were 21 then. Yeah, I'm sure you have different preferences now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that makes sense. That is interesting. I wonder if that factors into some of the videos that he's seeing and that you've been seeing. All right, let's hear what else he has to say here.
And if we're honest, it's a cause and effect issue, and you guys are partly to blame. When I first started in the city, a majority of my schedule DJing was made up of major nightclubs and really big room bars. They were flying in at least once a week world-renowned EDM artists, performers, influencers, celebrities.
Was there like way more nightclubs in Milwaukee before?
Yeah, there were more clubs. You barely see any clubs here now. And
what are the clubs now? I don't even. That's not even me trying to be like trendy shit on Milwaukee night scene. I just genuinely don't know.
The clubs that you see here now are just hip hop clubs. So I mean, Room 7 is a club. You got $720.
Okay, I have heard of this. Yeah, I've never been, but
that's basically all you have for like actual nightclubs in Milwaukee.
Whoa.
And the rest kind of delve into like the realm of lounge or bar. You know, you can't really call it a club.
Yeah.
But those are places that you go and you buy sections, and it's like true club culture there.
Whoa.
There's a dress code that you have to follow. You can't show up in jeans and Air Forces and walk in. You are going to pay cover at the door. You know?
What's club what is club attire? Like, what is, like, for a guy and girl? Give me, like, what's like a basic, if I want to make sure I get in, what do I got to wear to the club?
I would say no hats, no hoodies,
Okay.
no plain white tees.
Really? What do I have to fucking wear to the club?
You could wear like any other color t-shirt, but as long as you don't have, I think it's just if you have your hood up. You can wear a hoodie, but you can't have your hood up.
Okay.
And usually that's the funny thing is you can buy your way out of dress code sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm going to keep my hat on, but okay, fine. But that's going to be $30.
Whoa.
But that's
Bald
I'm
bros
not
down
saying,
bad.
Yeah.
Bald homies down bad going to the club. That's fucking discrimination, man. That's
you
fucked
didn't get
up.
a haircut?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you,
Yeah.
actually, dude. Whoa. Okay. That's crazy. I mean, I just not super familiar with club culture, so it's a funny thing to me. I also have heard that, like, club culture in general has kind of been dying.
Yeah.
Like, that's like over, like, the last, probably the last, like, 10 years slowly. You know? I would say more so in the last, like, 5. But, like,
1,000%.
is there any, like, in your opinion, as somebody who definitely benefits from club culture, if it was to be more popping and better, is there any, like, do you think there's any, like, valid criticisms of club culture that you're like, yeah, it makes sense why less people are into X, Y, or Z?
I would say we did have that conversation a little bit about how promoters work and like how a girl being in a club is versus like being a guy. It's like it's very much kind of climbing a social ladder and whatnot, and I don't know. There's a lot of pressure being in the club.
Yeah.
That's what.
Do you think it's like people are? I have my theory is someone who was never in it. I'm not like I wasn't like out in the clubs all the time spending money, and now I'm not. I was never doing that. So maybe this is like a ignorant take. It feels like a lot of club culture. That's like those are. It's like wants, and it kind of like insists on itself. Like if I want to go to the club, I have to have like dope shit on. I also have to be willing to spend a shit ton of money, especially with a guy, to like get in, and then I got to spend a shit ton of money on drinks, and it's like kind of super performative in a way.
It's very performative.
You know what I mean? Like it's almost like an idea as opposed to like me actually enjoying the experience. It's more
a vibe.
like
it's a vibe, and I think that is a big part of why people are so into 2016 right now, 2014. It's nostalgia. Do you really like? What do you miss about 2016? Is it what you were wearing? Okay, go put it on. We don't miss what was actually there. We miss how things felt and how things were.
Yeah.
So people are kind of chasing this high, this experience of what club culture was like at peak time, like 2010's club.
Yeah.
But there's like you got to buy into it. Like you do have to be dressed to the nines, and you do have to spend money. And now prices of
shit just costs too much now.
Exactly.
Like, the real
think
world
about
sucks.
What everything costed 10 years ago. It was a good amount cheaper than what it is now. Like people could afford to go to the club and do that.
Yeah. It's just harder now. Like it's just like I think cost is the biggest thing, where it's like not to say that there isn't value in doing this thing. But it's like if I'm up to my neck in costs, and I got to choose between like groceries and rent, or like doing this thing that's kind of performative and is going to cost me like an arm and a leg to do, to like maybe get some play, I don't know that I want to spend that money right now. Like I might be like, I'm going to save this, unless it's like the best DJ in the world. I don't know. Like
I agree 1,000%. I think where the thing that I think Rutgers trying to get at that people aren't really seeing is that people still want that club experience, but then like the convenience of not having to do it. But also you're spending roughly the same amount of money if we look at it, because either way you're going to pregame, right?
Sure.
You're going to buy an Uber to whether you're going to a dive bar or to the club.
Yeah.
And then the only difference is that you're getting $10 $3 beers, dollar bombs at this dive bar or some bars on Water Street, you know, that are like party bars, versus having to pay $15 for a drink.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing, is now you have a dive bar experience, and like that's what you're getting. Do you want to pay a little bit more and have this experience and this feeling that you're longing for, or do you want to just say, oh, I can drink more? Because people think that they want to go and drink and party, but there's a difference of drinking and partying in someone's backyard versus Brothers versus Garage versus 720 versus anyway.
And I don't think it's all on DJs and like promoters and like bars and like the nightlife. I'm not saying like those specifically, like those things cost too much. I do think they probably it would be better for all consumers if prices went down, of course.
Yeah.
I think more people would be into it. But also it's like you talked about right there, like the pregame costs more money now because the shit at the grocery store costs more. The Uber costs more because they fucking are jacking the prices on fucking Ubers now.
Yeah.
It's like everything costs more. So it's like by the time I get that, if I wanted to get that, I'm like, holy shit, my paycheck's gone.
Right.
You know? So I think for regular people, I'm interested to see what else he has to say. Because so far, I feel like we're kind of like middle of the road. He's making some valid points here. Like he's making some valid points. Okay, let's see what else he has to say.
For the athletes and so forth.
Tier there so they can see that.
And the way that it worked was people were okay with buying tickets, people were okay with paying cover charges, and people were okay with dressing up. Then COVID comes around, and you guys all got so comfortable in your PJs and taking snaps of your wine glasses with Netflix that when it ended, none of you guys wanted to dress up anymore. None of you guys wanted to buy tickets. None of you guys wanted to spend a lot of money. You didn't want to go and get bottle service somewhere with your friends for their birthday. You wanted to go and get $2 Busch Lights and dollar bomb. And with the uprising of $2 and $3 beers and $3 cocktail caused the death of nightclubs in Milwaukee. And honestly, almost anywhere in the country except for maybe Vegas and Miami. Just couldn't afford to stack lineups with more than one DJ. And DJs had to move from the nightclubs that closed to the Water Street bars, to the Brady Street bars, to bars. So when you hear a DJ go from Morgan Wallen to Rihanna to John Summit to Taylor Swift to 50 Cent, then, you know, to James Hype, he's got to mix in 6 different genres of songs in a 6-minute window because he's got to please everybody now. He's no longer able to play the genre he's good at. He's no longer to play what he wants to play. He's got to play something for everyone.
That's probably
You
valid.
stop getting the sets where every song you liked because you went to the specific spot where they played that genre, and now you got to hear DJs that have to play every genre. 21 to 26-year-olds are consuming up to 80% less liquor than the generation older than them. And that's not...
Okay.
That's a great place to stop it.
Yeah, I think part of what he's saying is valid. Like I do think that sucks for you guys to have to like be in a position now. I mean, it does, like, for however you see the art of DJing and spinning records, whatever, it does suck when you're in a now place an environment where it's like people aren't coming for that. They're just like, I want to go buy the $2 Busch Lights and sit at the dive bar. And so like, you better play by Morgan Wallen. You better play that. Like, you kind of have to please everybody, so you're pleasing nobody at the same time. That's why people make the TikToks where like, dude, the music sucks. I will say, I have been to a couple bars where they like went from Drake to the YMCA, and I don't know who did that. I still don't know what DJ it was in Milwaukee that did that, but that was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life, and I just don't want to see that person. Don't ever do that. I hope you haven't done that.
I don't think I've done that one.
No, that's insane. That's insane to go from like Money in the Grave to stay at the YMCA. That's terrible.
Yeah,
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, we can all agree with that.
But I totally get like what he's saying in that, like, that's probably super hard. Where I maybe would push back is like, I don't know that it's like people just got comfortable and they don't want that anymore. It's like that we literally can't afford that anymore.
It's a little of both, for sure, because I think that's what I was trying to get at in this last point, is that it is affordable to go to these clubs. I'm a college kid. Like, I know. Like, I don't have a ton of money to spare either, but to go to these clubs or get the experience at a minimum.
Sure.
You just got to sacrifice a couple things, you know?
Yeah.
It's like...
Do we think that maybe people have decided, or at least like the market has decided, that maybe we'd rather... More people, it seems like, are choosing to sacrifice the nightclub experience and be like, I'd prefer this. And maybe that's just the trend now, is kind of just swinging the other way.
Yeah, 1,000%. If you can spend the same amount of money but get, like... If your goal is to get hammered that night, and you go to the cheaper bar that is not going to give you the nightclub experience, if that's your goal for the night, you're going to go there. And then you can't really, like, that's why I think he's mad, is because people are actively choosing to take this route because that's what they want, and then explain that they don't get the nightclub experience.
So they're not
And
being honest about what they want, it sounds like.
Right.
They're pretending they want the nightclub.
Or they don't even realize what they want. Is they kind of just like associate the two.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, if I'm going out, like I should have this experience. Well, you're not going out to a club.
Yeah.
You're going to Jack's Pub.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, that I think is valid. And it is interesting, like, I can tell he's upset. It sounds like he's very passionate about it. I do think, too, like, bringing up that, you know, we are drinking less, too. Like, I think, you know, people are just drinking less.
Yeah.
Because, obviously, you know, price is a factor in that. I do think, like, less people in general, it seems like a cultural thing, too. Like, I think now, like, people are just drinking less. I don't drink at all. So, like, I never was, like, really on that route. But I've noticed that more and more people are either like kind of kicking it or cutting way back on drinking. So I mean, that's got to affect just bars and clubs in general across the board. And then of course that's going to like trickle down and fuck your guys' bag up.
Exactly. Well, there's that. And there's a ton of different tangibles to it. I mean, you have your people that smoke weed. You have January where everyone's like, oh, actually, like I'm super healthy now.
Yeah.
I saw you hammered at the Generac stage, and I'm going to see you there again this summer. So I just want you guys to remember that whenever you say, "Oh, I'm doing dry January."
Yeah, I love dry January. It's like it's the scariest thing in like the service industry. The like first 2 weeks in January, everybody's like, "Dude, I got to get out of serving. Dude, I got to quit bartending. Dude, I got whatever." And it's like, dude,
no, just wait.
Just give people like a week, and they'll be back on that shit. And then Valentine's Day's coming around. It'll get busy again. You know, whatever. But yeah, it is interesting. Everybody does pretend like they're like, I'm really gonna do it this year.
Exactly.
You're not.
Like, oh, I have my goals set. Okay, well, you're going to get sick of your goals once it hits 70 degrees.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
Just watch.
It is interesting, too. Even, like, gyms in the last few years haven't been getting the spike that they normally get in January.
Really?
Like, gyms, like, my personal trainer was telling me that, like, they have not seen, like, upticks in the last, like, 2 years. And they think it's, like, potentially correlated with, like, the rise of GLP-1s and, like, also, like, people just spending in general. Trends. Everybody's just going down.
Yeah, and
we're in a
past
recession.
Couple years is... How many times have you seen fucking Planet Fitness pop up, or Crunch Fitness is now you can get, like, a cheap gym membership with a ton of perks where it's, like, too cheap to even cancel, like, once you give up, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, might as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is, like, I mean, it's just that there's ebbs and flows in the economy right now. We're in an, like, all-out recession minus the AI psychopaths, like, that make all the money. So it's, like, none of us have anything. So it is just, I think it's just harder, and people are forced to maybe make that decision to not go to a nightclub more often right now, which sucks. Like, for DJs and for nightclubs. Even if it's something like, for me, like, I wasn't really a nightclub person, but it sucks that, like, now there are even less options where, like, if I ever wanted to go to a nightclub, I'm left with what 2 options in Milwaukee? 2 or 3 options? Like, that does suck. So it's interesting to kind of see that evolution. Let's hear what the rest he has to say here. We'll wrap this up.
Not a big deal. Health is wealth. But when you consider that these bars and these clubs are getting 80% less sales, they can afford 80% less entertainment. So you don't see more than one DJ stacked up. You don't see bigger artists coming to town because they can't afford to pay those prices. Right now, the best and most successful parties are happening on weeknights. The reason why those parties are successful and they're still able to bring in more than one DJ and stack lineups and maybe bring in bigger talent is because those are bartenders' nights off. And they know how to spend money because they know how to receive them. People that are good at receiving tips are good at spreading that wealth and giving it to somebody else. And if you guys are buying $2 Busch Lights, why are you going to tip them more than $1? Look, I'm going to keep working and I'm going to keep adapting like I have for the past decade. I would love to do more genre-based parties, more house-only parties, more hip-hop-based only parties, more R&B-based parties. But you can't do them on weekends right now unless the weekend people with day jobs are okay with spending a little bit of money on something that they would like to attend versus spending a little bit of money on something that they just complain about but never fix. That's all. Just my 2 cents. Milwaukee, I think it's time that
You got some valid points. I will say tonality matters, and he does sound a little shamey. A little like, let me shame you guys for not spending enough money. And it's like, come on, man. I wonder if there isn't a way. Is there not a way that we can, like, throw our own events, that we can do our own things outside of bars maybe, or figure out a way to, like, bring I don't know, like the Avengers of DJing in Milwaukee together to like put more events on that like can move the needle for you guys and create a space.
And I think that's why he's like so emotional in the videos, because like everyone's gonna sit here and go in someone's comment section, because that's easy to do, is say, oh well, I always have a shitty time at the Harp. Okay, what do you want to do?
Yeah,
because that does not help us whatsoever. You know, the people at Harp are now like, okay, now we have to try and figure out what is going to bring people in. But if you have no explanation why, and then you just are then going to get on your soapbox of, oh, Milwaukee isn't what it used to be, or I just don't enjoy Water Street, and making hasty generalizations about all of it now based on a handful of experiences you have, and then aren't specific in what you want to get out of it, which I kind of identified as their problem altogether.
I think you're correct in that. I think
you don't know what you want.
It sounds like they don't. It just sounds like the people that make these comments or that are in these comments, like leaving these types of things, have no idea. I've even seen too, dude, like I get a lot of like the foodie stuff, right? Like a lot of the TikTok foodie stuff from Milwaukee. I saw this video the other day that, like, as somebody in the service industry, I was like, this is just like stupid. Like, this person was invited to the opening of a new restaurant. They went on the opening night and they were like, I gotta be honest, guys, we did not like it. We will not be going back. And I'm like, oh, whoa, that was right at the beginning of the video. I'm interested to see what must have happened in this opening night that like caused you to be like, I'm never coming back. And you watch the video and they're like, well, this was good, and the food just took kind of long. And you're like, okay. And I'm, as someone in the industry, I'm like, well, how long is kind of long? Because it's their opening night. And then she says it like a couple of times in the video that like, yeah, food was just too long. Okay, but there was never a time associated with too long, because too long to you might have been like, I had to wait 40 minutes. I'd be like, dude, on a Saturday that was their opening night, 40 minutes is fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what the time was because she never said it. But then people are just running with that. Like, oh, yeah, that place, kitchen is cracked out. Like, kitchen is whack. Like, it just takes forever. It's like, well, what was
their opening night? First of all, that's their first night all working this and doing this together.
Yeah.
Second of all, there's a line 2 blocks down.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like so it is interesting. It's like people, like, there was no time on that, so then it was like people don't get to really get an accurate view, but people are kind of getting skewed already. Like, oh, I don't like this place. I don't know if I like the place either. It's not. I don't know if it's necessarily for me, but I was interested. And it's the same thing with these other people complaining like, well, the Harp sucks, or well, the Milwaukee nightlife sucks, or this, like, just like throwing their fit, but they're not giving you any specifics of like, well, what sucks about it? Like, what do you not like?
Or like,
what would you like
I had to
see?
wait in line. Yeah, like, obviously that's not going to be a good experience because it's 25 degrees out. Nobody enjoyed waiting in line, and I think that doesn't have to be said.
Yeah.
You know?
Or just like, then maybe nightlife isn't for that person, but like, don't maybe spread it. If you're like using your micro platform to just like trash other people locally, I don't know if that's like a great usage of it, right?
Exactly.
It's like I don't like waiting in line. I don't like going to, full transparency, I don't like going to the club. I don't want to go to the club. I don't want to buy a section. I don't need to impress Bottle Girl. I don't need to do that. So like, that's not for me. But I wouldn't use my platform to be like, fuck the club,
this sucks.
Fuck Bottle. Anybody that does that, I might make this is a comedy podcast. I might rant about it, make a couple jokes at their expense, whatever the fuck. But I'm not going to sit there and be like, if you go to, we'll say Lucid because it doesn't exist anymore in Milwaukee. If you go to Lucid, you're a bitch. If you go to Lucid, you're an idiot. You're a cornball. You're whatever. Like, that would just be a total stupid usage of my time and of my platform. Why would I do that? And I do think like maybe TikTok and like the super good algorithm that is the Milwaukee algorithm right now is like kind of pushing people to maybe make videos like that, and or make statements like that in sort of
I've seen
ways.
A lot of content that is just unproductive.
I think that's a good way of saying it. It's not
like you're gonna complain about this, but I don't even know why this is like a conversation. Like, why are you stirring the pot with no active goal? It's different than if I were on here being like, hey, I'm trying to get a root cause. I'm trying to put on an event for the people. I understand you don't like this.
Yeah.
Or what don't you like about this? Or what do you guys want to see? What are your favorite places so that I can pull this information? This is you engagement farming and saying, oh, everyone go in the comments and say what bar they hate the most.
Yeah.
It's so unproductive for all of us. And then just also makes a bad look for us as, you know, bar staff, DJs, stuff like that. Because if I get on TikTok, I'm like, Brothers sucks. And then I post a flyer. Oh, hey, everyone meet me at Brothers. But then there's a video with 5,000 comments saying, oh yeah, they're right. Brothers isn't fun anymore because I'm 26 years old.
Yeah.
Now everyone just has a generalized view of what that is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It can be hard. I mean, even like you said, like just having some sort of actual, like just some substance of like what you're wanting out of it. Like, right. Like I shit post all the time. I'm shit posting today. I'm like, dude, I went out to, I had to be in Racine yesterday, and I was like, I went to some random Italian place and got a shit ton of food for like $50 some. And I was like, dude, if I would have got the same shit downtown, and I like love going out to eat downtown and love trying different places, I was like, this would have cost me like $120.
1,000%.
Like where are the places that I can go that are a little bit closer than fucking 36 minutes away that I can get some stuff like that, right? And like I think like just have like some some goal with what you're talking about. Right. If you want to be like a Milwaukee influencer girly, because I see that a lot.
There's nothing wrong with like
I see it a lot and I love it. I love it.
There's nothing wrong with throwing a stray, but like that can't be your entire video.
It just have a reason, or you better be able to back it up. Don't just like say, oh, food took a long time, and then people in the comments like, girl, it was their opening night, like how long did food take, and then just don't respond to any of those comments. Like, come on, dude. Yeah. Come on. Now I'm gonna get that person's videos on my For You page because I said that. Speaking of, well, shout out who's that? Who is that we just watched this video? Rucker. Shout out DJ.
Shout out Rucker.
Yeah,
love Rucker.
Shout out to you, dog. Maybe we'll talk with him on the pod. He seems passionate about some stuff. Maybe we'll have him come get on the soapbox on here. So
I love talking with him.
But he's got some valid points and an interesting perspective. Did you see his McDonald's CEO shit? The McDonald's CEO eating the cheeseburger?
No.
So
what happened?
He ate this burger. We won't pull it up, but it's these companies keep doing it where they're having like their CEOs try to be social media personalities, and it's such a bad look, dude. Like none of them have charisma. They're CEOs.
Yeah.
They're not charismatic at
right.
all. They're slime balls trying to make the most money as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude, like, he comes out to like try some new McDonald's burger. And
is it like the Big Mac too?
Yeah, or something. He like doesn't want it.
That was like actually frying me. I was like, what do you mean you made a second Big Mac?
Dude, I forget what he was eating, but he was just like, look at this amazing product. Like, this is amazing product. Doesn't even call it food. He's like, this isn't a great burger. He's like, I love this product. And then he like goes to eat it, and you could tell this man does not want to put this in his fucking body. And he takes the smallest little baby bite, and then he like turns around like, that's
it's
a
like
big bite.
with the Krabby Patty. Do you know what I'm
the
talking
little,
about?
yeah, the littlest, yeah. That's all it was, and it's like. And everybody's like frying him on social media right now because it's like, dude, like, what are we doing with these CEOs? It's like the same thing when like the Chipotle CEO came out a couple of years ago and was like, you know, if you guys are mad about the portions, if you want a little extra meat and you don't want to pay for it, just give him one of. Bro, that ain't working for us, bro. And he like did that like full serious on the news because they were like getting shit on for how small they've been making their portions.
Yeah.
And he came out on the news to like rep the company and be like, you guys can just give them a little shrug and they'll hook it up. And it's like, none of these CEOs know what reality is.
Yeah, they don't know that they have some bitch manager and the kid is getting paid enough, like not enough to care, actually.
No. I do wish, I will say this, if you work a minimum wage job like that for a massive corporation, I'm not saying you work for some mom and pop shop that's struggling to get by.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to them. If you work for some giant corporation and you won't hook me up because of some loser ass manager, bro,
exactly.
you have to grow past that. I'm telling you, you have to get past that fear because it's not. Fuck these corporations.
Fuck them.
And fuck these CEOs.
And if
they
that's
won't even
what
eat their
I was
cheeseburger.
doing, yeah. I'm sorry. If I'm working at Chipotle, I'm making the bowl the way that I would want the bowl.
I'm hooking it up, dude.
Exactly.
I used to get in trouble. My dad owned a pizza place when I was growing up, and me and my best friend used to get in trouble all the time because we were like, anytime someone was ordering a supreme pizza or whatever, we would put so much fucking cheese on it. That's like what we wanted to do. And he'd be like, dude, are you guys measuring this? And we're like, no, dude, I just do it until it looks good. And it looks fucking fire right now. And like, obviously shouldn't have been doing that. But like, if you're working for some giant corporation, hook it up, dude.
Yeah.
They're fine. They're all owned by private equity anyways. You're not hurting any person. You're just hurting some random hedge fund.
Exactly. And they have a million different other funds. And at the end of the day, if you're not measuring out that one scoop of chicken,
exploit
they're
them.
fine.
Exploit them the way they're exploiting you. Exactly. Just fight the fight. Fight the fight. Speaking of like shitty job, you ever worked for like a big corporation? You ever worked for like a McDonald's or Burger King?
I was a server at Cheddar's, and that was about it.
Whoa, dude, Cheddar's?
No, laughing is accurate.
Yeah.
That was short-lived, and God, it was just the most unserious job ever.
Really?
It's you're working with like, I'm pretty sure I got to work on my first day and like the server that was training me was like pregnant with face tattoos. I was like, okay, here we go. Like,
That's amazing, dude.
Exactly.
My first day, I had a job first day serving, and it was training with this woman, and she got paid in there was like a bill she got. It was like $120 bill. These people paid in cash. So they gave her cash. The bill was $120, and she just like, she's training me. It's my first day, and she just goes in and starts voiding shit off the receipt, because then she just like closed them out at $50. So now that went from I think they gave her like $150, so she had like a big tip already on it, like a $30 tip. Now it's an $80 tip.
Holy fuck!
And I was like, this is my first, like, this is the woman training me that this company decided to have trained me. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It's a beautiful thing.
Honestly,
the service industry.
Yeah, game is game.
Yeah.
I really can't hold her for it. Like, is that like crazy?
That's insane to do. I'm like,
crazy.
you are not a good role model, but hey, good for you. And she's like, I got kids. I'm like, all right, all right. Shit,
the
dude.
kids are eating tonight.
Yeah, they are. They're getting something good. What have you seen? How does the DJ world feel about World War III? You guys got any solutions for that? You didn't have any sets planned for Dubai, did you?
No. I think my plan is that if I get drafted, I'm just going to say, well, I don't know who's going to DJ the military ball, so I don't know what you want me to. Yeah.
You could DJ for them. You ever DJ'd on a base?
Can't say that I have.
No? Okay. I got a guy that's on an Air Force base. Maybe he could get us a hookup there.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
I would
you be open to
do
that?
That would be insane.
They need some entertainment right now. I bet you spirits are low.
Yeah, they got that plate with steak and crab legs on it, and they're like,
yeah, they know they're going, dude. Yeah.
I'm getting on a plane tomorrow.
Yeah, that's cooked, dude. That is seriously cooked. I wish that this wasn't the reality we got. Like, we were talking 2016. Everyone jokes that like after Harambe went, that like we just entered a different timeline.
Just started going left. Yeah.
When is it gonna course correct? Like when? Maybe maybe we need to bring back clubs because that's how we can get rid of war. Maybe that's how maybe you need to talk to Rucker about that instead of being upset that people won't spend money. Mm-hmm. We don't need to shame the consumer. All right, we need to shame the politicians to make it cheaper for nightclubs to exist, and then maybe that'll cause less
government assistance to nightclubs. You know, everyone got a
food stamps,
stimulus check. You know who didn't? Lucid.
Yeah.
So these are things to think about.
Yeah, we got to start making it so that you can use your food stamps at nightclubs.
Bring back EBT.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Same.
Yeah, we need that. We need that.
If I had EBT and I can't buy a tequila shot, I don't like.
Yeah.
That's like everything that I've eaten in like a Sunday morning.
Yeah, people always say that when they're like, I don't want to give money to homeless people because they're just spend it on booze. I'm like, dude, what else would you spend it on if you were homeless?
Yeah.
You're
telling me you're not buying alcohol and drugs with your money.
Come on, dude. Like, okay, if somebody gave me $100, even if somebody gave me $1,000, if I've been homeless for years, I'm just getting fucked up until I die.
Yeah.
Respectfully, dude. Like, what if I've been homeless for years?
How much liquor do I need to end it now?
That's what I mean. Like, what is this gonna do? What is a couple $100 gonna do? Is it gonna move the needle in this world? What is a couple $100 with no job history in the last 5 years and no credit gonna do for me?
Exactly.
Can I move anywhere? Can I do anything? What, am I going to spend it to stay in a hotel for one night? No, I might as well just go.
Yeah. I will say, living long enough in Milwaukee, have you like had regular like homeless people? Like, do you see the same ones around the city?
There's one I know that's close to, he's always like across from the Riverside Theater. And he'll just like, sometimes I recently have had to start going to the Planet Fitness over there. Which is, that one, I hate it so much. I just hate it so much. I hate Planet Fitness in general. Money's tight right now, so I can't do the personal training thing right now. I gotta do that. And so I'm there a couple days a week. And every time I go at the same time, I'm leaving. This dude is always taking a piss. Full member out. At the little, there's like right on the corner there, and I feel bad. A couple times there's like been like this, like I think she's got to be a student. She's always got a backpack on, and she's like there at the same time. This like,
oh god, she's like catching her bus.
She's like literally sitting there, like he's like a few feet this way. She's just like, fuck. And I'm like sitting at the light in my car, like that sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he's just like, he's got a shake too.
Hey,
he's got like
an issue. I
promise
I'm not weird. If you want to ride, I don't blame you.
Yeah, like I just feel bad, but he's cool. You have regular homeless people. He doesn't do anything other than piss.
I will say. There's this one that's hustling right by where I live. I accidentally doxed myself one time, so if you know, you know. Mm-hmm. But He's always on this one corner, and he's always there when I'm getting off of work. So I drive, and I'm stuck at this intersection, and he's right there, and he's got a cardboard sign. One day, I'm walking out of a store that's right by his corner, and I see him walking down the street away from his corner. He has a full electric scooter, and he's like smacking a vape, and he literally just bought like organic snacks from CVS. And I was like, I know how much those cost. That's like an $8 bag of popcorn. Listen, I don't really care what you're doing with your money, and obviously you have bigger fish to fry. I'm just saying, if I was homeless, or if I gave money to that person, it's like, okay, I thought this was going to go farther than it actually did, because you're going to fade that whole thing. I do it once a week.
Well, wait, how does he have a scooter?
That's what I'm saying.
He can't be that homeless. This guy's faking.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's stolen valor. That's stolen valor, dude. If he's going to roll, he's pretending to be homeless.
You better bring that shit back to the Goodwill.
Yeah, dude. Get that shit out of here.
There's actual homeless people that need this.
I was actually at a Goodwill today, and they did have one of those the Segways. They're the hoverboards that were real big in like 2016, 2017. They had one of those for like $10. I thought about it today. Could have gave that to a homeless person. Yeah, I should have done it.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't work.
I'm really bad at like justifying those purchases that are like less than $20, and then like that month ends, I'm like, holy fuck, I made like 30 less than $20 purchases.
Yeah, and then it adds up. Yeah. But that's insane to see a homeless dude with that. That'd be like, I've seen it like in Chicago, or I've heard of it in Chicago, where like some people like make a living, where they're just like, they're hustling. Yeah, they just like do it every single day. They do it like a 9 to 5. Like they're just there. They know their spots, and they go and they fucking just get a little bit of money.
They get into like a 2024 Honda Accord, and you're like, what the? Like, why are you in a better condition than me right now?
Yeah, this guy's better. Yeah, it is rough. What else? So you've been in Milwaukee a little while. You went to school in Milwaukee and stuff like that. What else do you love about the city?
Oh my God, the culture. I feel like everyone here is like Midwest culture, but also has like its distinct Milwaukee culture. I've been to different cities, even like Chicago, stuff like that. You aren't gonna get the people that are so friendly here, and I can go talk to that homeless person, and it's gonna be a decent experience. I can go to the bar, and I can like talk to a girl in line at the bathroom, and she's gonna be nice. She's not gonna be stuck up. Like, obviously there's a couple bad apples, but there's that Midwest friendliness about us that we still have, and also Milwaukee summer. Hello.
Yeah, Milwaukee summer is popping. People really sleep on it, I will say.
Yeah.
And it's such I say this way too often, but I do love like the size of Milwaukee. It's like so easy to get around, and even in the summer it's like popping. There's way more people out. Like it's still like, comparatively to some of these huge cities, it's so easy to just get from like point A to point B wherever I want to be. If something's going on in this side of town, I can get there. If you have a car, if you don't have a car, it's not that hard to get around, which I really appreciate. And the traffic is never, I mean, like, unless there's construction, it's not that bad.
Right,
yeah. Comparatively again to Chicago. Yeah, rush hour.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, that can be rough. What else? Milwaukee or Milwaukee adjacent? It could be anything. What's been top of mind? Like what's been on your mind? What have you been thinking about? What's been going on in your circles? Do DJs date other DJs?
Well, I'm like one of the very few female DJs here, and I don't think there's any gay DJs here.
Not that we know of.
Not that.
Maybe there's.
That could be an investigation.
Yeah, that'd be cool if someone was like DJ DL.
Whoa.
That'd be a cool DJ name. That'd be a cool DJ name.
Or like they find out they're like DJ more like DL. That would do numbers.
That
on
would
socials.
do numbers. Yeah. If we found out, holy shit. Okay, that's cool. But you wouldn't date a DJ as a DJ yourself, probably.
I'm trying to not date within the industry, just because there is a lot of, you work in the service industry. You know how there's like the drama, and there's like the coworkers that are dating each other, and then like they're a topic of conversation, but it's also like, oh, I don't like this person, and then like this happened, and it's just like stupid work drama. Milwaukee's like small enough that we have work drama like from place to place to place to place.
Ah, okay.
So,
yeah. That's interesting too, because you probably working in the bars. You guys probably get like a little bit of a scoop on the work drama at each of these places, and then you guys are like you're the person. If each of these bars is their own TV show, you guys are like a character that exists in all of these different TV series.
You're a side character.
Whoa, yeah, interesting. So you've seen some shit, I imagine.
Yeah, I've seen some shit.
Okay, it's probably smart to stay out of that then,
Yeah, I feel like it's just the common, like, don't date your coworker type of thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would just be very leery of, like, okay, you're going to have to really redeem yourself. The stereotype is somewhat true. I don't want to...
I think for DJs specifically, like, that could be hard because of the lifestyle, but it maybe work because you guys would have, like, a shared lifestyle. Like, you know, you're
That's
both...
the thing.
You're up late. These are the same people. You're up late. You're both traveling a bunch.
That's why you see them, like, local DJs date bar staff. And also, I heard weirdly from another DJ, like, a flight attendant.
Flight attendant?
Like, that's adjacent. Like, you got weird work hours. You're up at, like, weird hours of the day. You're traveling.
I've heard flight attendants and, like, pilots are, like, some of the highest infidelity rates. Because they're never around.
1,000-mile rule can get broken on a Tuesday. Yeah. A random Tuesday.
Yeah, that is tough. Okay. What else is top of mind? Sorry, I kind of steered us left on that one. What else is top of mind before we wrap today? Anything that you need to get off your chest, or any hot takes you have? Or a story that we didn't get to, if there was something you were like, oh, I really wanted to, I'm sad we didn't talk about this.
I did just win Milwaukee's favorite DJ for 2026.
Yo, congrats. That's
Thank
exciting.
You.
Holy shit.
I think I'm the youngest to ever do it, and I'm also the first girl to ever do it. So,
really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's pretty exciting.
Dude, you're like the first woman president, but for DJs.
I'm breaking glass ceilings.
Yes, dude. This is big time.
Yeah.
What are you going to do to celebrate? What did you do to celebrate?
Well, at the industry awards, or the nightlife awards, as they're...
Where's the nightlife? What is this?
You didn't know about the nightlife awards?
What are the nightlife awards?
No one knows about the nightlife awards. Okay, so all the bar staff, DJs, whatever, in Milwaukee all get together in February every year for the annual nightlife awards. And it feels like more of a family reunion because we are so much more of a community.
Yeah.
So everyone is just there. And you put the life of the party, all of the lives of the party, in one room.
That's gotta be crazy.
Everyone.
Where was this room?
RWB every year.
Whoa.
RWB hosts it.
Yeah.
And you vote there, so you get nominated online.
Yeah.
And then when you get there, you're on the ballot.
So who is it? Like, you have to campaign, or is it like they choose who gets nominated? Or
no,
like
anyone can nominate you. So there's an Instagram post, and then you just tag them in this section. As soon as you get tagged one time, you're on the ballot.
Whoa.
Or online. There's like an online form that isn't on Instagram.
Wow, and you won.
I did.
That's big time, dude. Congrats.
Thank
That's exciting.
you.
That's really exciting. The youngest and first woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy. This has got to be a big year for you then. The rest of this year, you have to do something to capitalize.
Mm-hmm.
Do you open your sets now with like, I'm the biggest, I'm the fucking baddest?
I'm fucking girl next door. No, not usually.
No.
That's like how we talked about before with the mic, is when you hear me get on the mic, just know that I have had
You're a little wasted.
a little, yeah. I'm feeling myself for sure.
Well, that's good. Well, this is amazing. It's been very insightful on the nightlife for us today.
Mm-hmm.
It lasted, but before I wrap, is there anything nightlife related that we didn't touch on?
I don't think so.
No, I think we got to a lot of it. So I really appreciate you making the time to jump in and teach us about a little bit of stuff, react to some stuff today.
Yeah.
I appreciate anybody who maybe tuned in live, as well as people that are like listening or viewing days after over on Spotify, or if you're catching clips of it wherever you are. We appreciate you. Also want to say a quick shout out to the patrons. It should be up on the screen right now. If you guys are interested in getting behind the scenes access to extra videos, extra podcasts, as well as a series where I break down how I mix, master, record every single one of my songs, go to patreon.com/Darren Rita. You can help support the channel for as little as $1. Also want to say a quick shout out to Alpine House 2 and Impulse Cameras, both for sponsoring this episode. Their stuff is linked down below as well. You can also check out Hannah's stuff is linked down below. Should be the first link down below if you're trying to catch her. You post dates and stuff, I imagine, when you're playing and when you're popping up at stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better at doing that on TikTok, but Instagram is where I post everything, where I'm going to be at for the weekend, any special events.
And we've got the IG tapped in below, so that they'll be able to find that. And with all that good stuff being said, guys, this has been the 348th episode of the Detox Podcast.